Hey y'all, welcome back to my YouTube channel. For those of y'all who do not know me, my name is Sade or Jay, and in today's video I'm going to talk about how to travel, how to solo travel as a Black female. And before we get into the video, if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. I talk a lot about travel. I'm going to get into lifestyle, and I'm going to talk about Jesus because that's my homie. But without further ado, let's get into the video. All right, so I have 5 main tips on how to travel safely as a Black female. So just a little background story on people who do not know me. I love to travel, different states, different countries. Some I've been alone, some I've gone with people, some I've been with school, some I've been with a group. So I have experience in like traveling in all different type of styles. And I totally love traveling alone, but I have to tell you, like, as a Black female, you have to be aware of your surroundings and you have to know exactly where you're going. So the first tip, research where you're going. So I'm originally from Houston, Texas. So I'm used to like hearing about weird stuff and like watching your back and like parking in the light, parking in the front, you know, carrying pepper spray, like just always being attentive. But I just want to say, like, when I travel, I see a lot of people like always buried in their phones, or like even if they're local to there, like they are never aware of their surroundings, whether they're crossing the road, whether they're like in a group of people. For example, being in New York, like in Times Square, it's very crowded, and there's a lot of activities going on, but you want to make sure that like you have eyes on the 6 and the 9 and the 10 and the 12. Maybe I don't know what that means, but like have eyes around. So yeah, number 1, be attentive. 2, what usually helps me is knowing someone. Like, so if I want to take a trip to New York, I have a friend in New York, so just letting them know about my arrival or giving them my information. So just in case anything happens, there's somebody there who knows, or like even your family members, like giving them your travel reservation, or just letting them know the dates that you'll be out. I really don't go into detail sometimes because I like to like travel spontaneously, and sometimes I don't know what I want to do. I'll wake up and I'll go and I'll walk. I'll do last minute things. So I think the most important thing is to just make sure that somebody knows where you're at. 3, try not to go places alone that are secluded. So like if you're traveling alone, like let's just say you're going to New York, Times Square. It's okay if you don't have anybody with you, but there's a lot of people there. Like, don't try to go to the lake at 10 p.m. down a dark alley. That brings disaster, okay? Like, I would say if the Holy Spirit, if your instinct is telling you, like, there's some fishy, do not go there, my sister or my brother. Because I'm sure other people besides like Black females are watching this. But yeah, like, do not go there. Please do not go there if you feel some type of way. Yeah. And a lot of you might be like, okay, how about if I don't know anybody? Like, you're new, you're going, you know, there by yourself. Like, just still be aware of your surroundings, make friends. If you're not very social, if you're going there just to like retreat, just like make sure wherever you're going, you do a lot of research on it. Like, read the reviews, watch YouTube videos like this, watch people talk about like places they've been. Like, just try to be very like careful on where you go. Number 4, plan ahead. So I know I kind of told y'all that I'm a spontaneous traveler, but I'm a calculated risk type of person. So like I would do research, but can also like spontaneously go somewhere, but have already done research on that. So let me break that down. Like, I'm not just a type of person to just do nonsense. Like, for example, when I was in Denmark, I went to winter bathe. And for people who don't know what winter bathing is, it's basically like in the cold seasons where people plunge in the ocean or a body of water for a few seconds and they come out. That sounds very crazy. But as one who has done research on the health benefits, I was like, let me try it. And two, I went with my host family who knows how to swim and who is accustomed to the place. So like, I kind of already calculated all the risk. Although it was spontaneous and it was a little crazy, I already had, you know, like a cushion of safety there, you know? So yeah, y'all make sure that you do your research on what you want to do and where you want to go. Act like a local and not a tourist. And let me explain. It might be hard, but let me explain. If you stand out like a sore thumb, don't make it obvious. I know a lot of people are very excited if you're traveling for your first time or you're going to a place that's very exciting and you're like blabbering and like, yeah, like I'm not from here and Come a little closer, let me be honest with you. Even if the person that you feel okay telling that to is safe, the people around them might not be. There's people who always have their ears open, and somebody might call up somebody and be like, hey, there's this girl that's planning to do X, Y, Z. Let's take her. We don't pray for bad things, but like, you just want to make sure that you are even aware of the conversations you're having with people. But I would say, I personally like to travel as a local. Like, I like to go to new places, but also like acclimate to their way of living. Like, a great example is, yeah, I'm not gonna jaywalk in Europe because, especially in Denmark, like they actually abide by the rules. Like, whatever it doesn't say for you to walk, they do not walk, and vice versa. But yeah, you trying to jaywalk sets you out. Even my accent, yeah, I know I have a southern, Nigerian. I've gotten a lot of things on what people think my accent sound like. I try to be aware of that, and the places I've gone to, I typically speak the language, or I've learned it, or even if they do know that I'm not from there, I try not to make it apparent. So yeah, just try to blend in as much as possible. Have fun and be careful. I also want to say, like, something to be aware of is like, if you're going to a place and where they're not used to seeing someone like you, it's I'm not saying it's okay for them to do it, but they might do something you might not like. So like, a lot of people like to take pictures of Black people. So for example, in like China, I know like they're, you know, it's a homogeneous like country, right? And they probably don't see Black people often. So if they see you, they might think you're a supermodel. They might think you're Obama's daughter. And they might just want to sneak pictures of you, ask you for a picture, touch your hair without asking. So like, just be aware of things like that. Or like in Denmark, I'm sure they're used to Black people, but I got a lot of stares. And probably because they just thought I was a model and they thought I was just the cutest thing they ever saw walking past by. But like, because I'm used to like people just staring, I kind of just shrug it off. But like, if you're not used to it, just like kind of like plan that people are gonna stare at you. And yeah, a lot of people might just ask you questions and be very curious about like where you're from. And like, if you're one to be okay with that and want to answer, then you should answer. But if you are one who's typically shy, like, you don't have to answer. Like, you have autonomy over your own life. So yeah, I personally believe that everybody should like travel solely. Everybody should like solo travel once in their life. I think it's very liberating because you're able to like do what you want, go wherever you want without having to like consult somebody else or like account for other people's feelings. You can also like just sleep in if you want to. Like, traveling is exhausting. And for people who haven't done this before, like if you travel internationally, let's just say like you're gonna be jet lagged. And I think I've done it so much and where like my body is already acclimated and I can just wake up and go to a different country and my body is like, okay, we getting up at this time, we doing it. But if you're still kind of new, your body will want to sleep for like a week until you're accustomed. Bro, y'all, let me tell y'all, when I first moved to Denmark, like I would like wake up in the middle of the night and feel like I was kidnapped because I was like, oh my God, I'm not accustomed to sleeping like outside of my house in Texas. So like your body takes time to adjust, but once you adjust like to being in different atmospheres for so long, like I think your body, you know, acclimates to it. So yeah, overall, like please be very safe. Please be attentive of your surroundings. Try to let people know where you're going. If you know someone there, like let them know you're coming. Don't go to places alone. Make sure that you do not stand out too much like a sore thumb, and make sure you plan ahead. Like you just want to be prepared and have like backup plans upon backup plans. So yeah, if you guys have any other questions or any other things that you guys want to hear me talk about in my experiences, like comment down below, hit me up, and your girl is gonna answer what she got to answer, okay? But yeah, make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I'll see y'all in the next video.